I am going to be making every single team's top leading scorer a 99 overall in NHL 25, and we are going to see what teams can go on and win the Stanley Cup. Now, at the date of the recording of this video, these are all the leading scorers for every single franchise in the NHL. Starting with the Anaheim Ducks, we do have Troy Terry. He has the most points. Moving on to Boston, it will be none other than David Pastrnak, the Buffalo Sabres. It's actually Alex Tuch, which is a little bit surprising. Calgary has Rasmus Anderson, the defenseman. Marty Necas, who's on an absolute tear this season so far. I think he has like the third or fourth most points in the entire NHL. Chicago, it's still Bedard, even though he hasn't had a good season by his standards. Colorado, Nathan MacKinnon has the most points in the entire league right now. Zach Werenski for the Columbus Blue Jackets, fresh off of a 5-point night. Matt Duchene for Dallas, which is a little disappointing. I mean, Jason Robertson's supposed to be that stud. He's in his prime now at 25. He hasn't had a great season since 2 years ago, 22-23. Lucas Raymond for the Detroit Red Wings. For Edmonton, it is actually Leon Draisaitl because McDavid did miss a few games. Florida, we got Sam Reinhart picked up where he left off last season. LA is Anze Kopitar, who at 37 is actually having a great year. Minnesota has Kirill Kaprizov, a potential Hart Trophy winner this season. He's been carrying Minnesota, and they've been very good. For Montreal, we got Nick Suzuki, who's up at a 99. Philip Forsberg for the Nashville Predators, who are like the worst team in the NHL. New Jersey has Jesper Bratt as their leading scorer. Kyle Palmieri, the New York Islanders, was only like an 82 overall in this game, and somehow he's their leading scorer. They basically have zero offense whatsoever. Artemi Panarin is the leading scorer for the Rangers. We got Tim Stützle for the Ottawa Senators. Travis Konechny for Philly. Pittsburgh, it's obviously Sid the Kid Crosby. Actually, Sid the old man now. Mikael Granlund is have a career rejuvenation with San Jose. He's their leading scorer. Jarrett McCann for Seattle. St. Louis will have Jordan Kyrou. Nikita Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Mitch Marner has been very good, and even last night against the Utah Hockey Club, he was all over the ice, flying everywhere, had 2 goals, was the best player out there on the ice. Utah, speak of the devil, Clayton Keller is their leading scorer. For Vancouver, it is none other than their captain, Quinn Hughes. Vegas will have Jack Eichel, who's been very good. Washington, Dylan Strome, considering Ovi now has been injured and has missed a game or two. And finally, for the Winnipeg Jets, it's none other than Kyle Connor. So there you go. I made one player on every single franchise, a 99 overall, and now we wait and see who is the most impactful 99 in the NHL for every single team's leading scorer this season. Now, at the end of the season, we get the Tampa Bay Lightning being the best team, 58 wins, 16 losses, 8 in overtime, followed by Dallas, who had a very good year. Toronto was up there with a 99 Mitch Marner. Utah surprisingly had a very good season, as well as the Nashville Predators, who are currently the worst team in the NHL, or at least bottom 3 in the league. Speaking of bottom 3, we got Philly, Calgary, and Montreal. Not really surprised by any of that. I'm more so surprised at how good Calgary has been this season. In real life in the NHL, they are second in the Pacific, something I did not expect whatsoever. Austin Tummy Egg Matthews will go off this year, 84 goals and 155 points. He's not even a 99 overall. Why is he simulating like this? This guy can't beat the common cold, let alone being goal per game and having one of the greatest goal scoring seasons of all time. Mitch Marner had a fantastic season, 139 points. Matt Duchene, 125. Tim Stützle had a career high. Leon did his thing. Alex Tuch, 119. Marty Necas might put up something similar to this in real life. 41 goals, 110 points. I wouldn't be shocked at this point. And of course, for the goals outside of Matthews, who had Stützle, who had 63. Crosby, 62. So shout out Sid. Bedard did his thing with 61, Draisaitl 55, Jesper Bratt had 55, and Troy Terry, a new career high, 53 goals. He did have 37 a few seasons ago, but never really got back to that level of play, and now he's even better at a 99. Obviously, I didn't touch the goalies because they can't be the leading scorer. 50 wins for Vasi, the most out of any goaltender, and for shutouts, it would be a two-way tie between Saros and Demko, both at 7. Moment of truth time. Here is our playoff bracket. We shall see who makes the Stanley Cup Finals. My bet, honestly, I'm going with a low-key pick here, and I'm going with the Predators. That is definitely not going to backfire on me. Our Stanley Cup Final matchup is officially set. We got the Edmonton Oilers up against the Carolina Hurricanes, a rematch of 2006, but now with a 99 Necas and a 99 Draisaitl, and technically McDavid because he's already a 99 in my roster. So that does give the Edmonton Oilers a little bit of an advantage, but let's just see a very solid 7-game series. Here we go. Game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Oilers trying to get the revenge over 2006, and they're going to dominate. I mean dominate Carolina. 7-2 in game number 1. They even got outshot, but they just put the puck in the back of the net. Zach Hyman had a pair. Evander Kane, Troy Stetcher, Leon, and Connor both chipped in. Moving on now to game number 2. The Hurricanes were still in Carolina. They're going to have a massive third period. They're only down by 1, so we get a closer game here in the second game of the Cup Finals. Shots are 27-22 for Carolina, but they're down by 1, which is basically the only thing that matters right now. 8 minutes left in this third period. Can Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers hold on and steal both games in Carolina and take a 2-0 series lead? That is exactly what they're going to do. Darnell Nurse gets a goal, an insurance marker, and shout out to him. We are now in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and the Hurricanes cannot fall down 3-0. If they do that, the series is pretty much over, so they're going to have to win here. Luckily for them, they have a 3. Never mind, Evan Bouchard immediately will tie the game up. Carolina's getting outshot 38-29 halfway through this third period, and Vasily Podkolzin will give the Oilers the lead late in the third. The clock is winding down, and the Hurricanes' dreams of winning the Stanley Cup is also going down the drain. Well, the Stanley Cup is in the building here in Game 4 in Edmonton, and the Oilers hold on to a 3-2 lead here in the third period. Carolina has got nothing going the entire Cup Final series. They've honestly been pretty disappointing. Marty Necas has been a ghost, and right now they are getting dominated by the Oilers, potentially about to be swept as they are down by 1 late in this third period. Less than a minute remaining in this third period. The Stanley Cup is about to be presented to the Oilers unless Carolina has some sort of a comeback here. Hyman coming in, shooting. Freddie Anderson makes the save. Leon behind the net. They got full pressure already, man. EA, what is up with your full pressure system? I swear, it doesn't reset when you leave the zone. They just literally, there's the first rush of the third period that I hopped into, and they already got full pressure like 3 seconds in, 1 shot on net. It's unacceptable. Remove the full pressure from the game, please and thank you. Leon, 37 points in the postseason, potentially a Conn Smythe run here for the 99 overall big German. All right, let's see what we can do. Leon wins the draw, back to Bouchard, moves it up to Hyman. We got Leon, Hyman going for the empty net. Who's the other guy? He's Skinner, Jeff Skinner. So where McDavid's playing on the second line. Leon steals it, and he will put it home. The empty netter will seal the deal for Leon Draisaitl and the Edmonton Oilers, as they will go on and win the Stanley Cup in season number 1 with 2 99 overall players on their team. McDavid already is the best of all time, and I bumped up Leon because he is their leading scorer right now in the NHL. And they're going to dominate Carolina, sweep them in the process, get their revenge for 2006. And Stuart Skinner now is a Stanley Cup champion, so all you haters can frankly just suck it. Leon wins the Conn Smythe, 18 goals, 38 points, a very good playoff run by him. And maybe now he's the best player on this team, and McDavid might have taken a back seat to the German as he's going to take home the Conn Smythe trophy. And there it is. Lord Stanley, the Stanley Cup is in the building in Edmonton, in Rogers Place for the Edmonton Oilers. As Captain Connor McDavid, for the first time ever, will go ahead and raise Lord Stanley. He's forever a Stanley Cup champion, and the Oilers finally, they get it done here in the first season of the video. Obviously, Leon Draisaitl had the most goals and points in the postseason. Zach Hyman was up there with 14 and 33. McDavid had 14 and 32. So Shaq Hyman had more points than Connor McDavid. While Jeff Skinner had 21, Marty Necas had 20. So the Edmonton Oilers had the top 4 point getters in the entire playoffs. Austin Matthews will win all the individual awards. We got Quinn Hughes winning the Norris, Leon the Conn Smythe, Vasi will take home the Vezina, and we got Anze Kopitar the Selke. Finally, someone other than Barkov. Moving on now to season number 2, the Edmonton Oilers, who are the reigning and defending Cup champions, are the best team, win the President's Trophy, 53-22-7, a very good record. Followed by the Dallas Stars. Colorado was up there with 50 wins. Winnipeg had a good year, as well as the Seattle Kraken, 44-25-13, a good record. Tampa Bay was up there, and at the bottom we have Philly, who, I mean, with a 99 Travis Konechny, they're not going to be a great team. St. Louis bad, Columbus bad, and the Boston Bruins. Dear God, the fall off is crazy. Matt Duchene is going to go ahead and win the Art Ross, have the most points at 142 in the entire league, followed by Leon Draisaitl. Clayton Keller had 121. Rope Hintz was up there 114. Kyle Palmieri, dear God, he's never been better. 34 years old. He'll put up 57 goals, 108 points. Hold up, he had 30 goals last season and 50. Oh my God. Shout out to Kyle Palmieri, man. This dude's been in the NHL for a long time. Played on the Devils when they made the Cup Finals, I believe, back in 2012. He was actually, no, he was on the Anaheim Ducks then, so he played on the Devils afterwards. But still, a multiple time 30-goal scorer. He's literally scored 30 last season, which is honestly impressive within the New York Islanders system, which of course we know is very defensive oriented. And there you go, Leon Draisaitl, the most goals at 68. Jason Robertson had 64. Konechny was up there with 63. Matt Duchene had 60 and McKinnon 57. Vasi and Skinner will tie for the most wins, both at 44 apiece. And Skinner, Saros, and Decord will all tie for the most shutouts at 5. So Stuart Forskin might end up winning that Vezina. And here we go yet again, Stanley Cup playoff bracket, year number 2. Let's go. The Edmonton Oilers are yet again in the Cup Finals, but this time up against Artemi Panarin and the New York Rangers, who have a very good team, although I literally just saw something saying they want to shop Jacob Trouba and Chris Kreider and shake up the leadership core in New York. Regardless of that, they have made the Cup Finals. Let's see if the Oilers can go back-to-back or if the Rangers will spoil the party. Game 1 in Edmonton. Obviously, the Oilers did sweep the Canes last season, and here in Game 1, they're going to take the lead yet again. 5-3 victory over the New York Rangers thanks to Skinner, Arvidsson. Skinner again, he had a pair, Hyman and Adam Henry. Moving along now to Game number 2, still in Edmonton. We'll see if the Oilers can go up 2-0 over the New York Rangers. They got a 2-0 lead here in the third period. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Stuart Skinner might end up winning the Vezina in the sim here, and oh my God, Evander Kane, 3-0 lead for Edmonton as they are going to take a dominating 2-0 series lead over the New York Rangers. They have also yet to lose in the Stanley Cup Finals in this video. We now are in Madison Square Garden for game number 3. The Rangers right now, they have a 3-0 lead heading into the third, and Edmonton almost forced a comeback. Perry, McDavid, and Ekholm. But thanks to the captain and Jacob Trouba, the Rangers will finally get a victory in the series. Game 4, still in New York. The Edmonton Oilers have a 3-1 lead here in the third period, trying to hold on to the Rangers, get a power play, but get nothing out of it. Shots are never mind. Cully will score on Stuart Skinner to make it a 1-goal game here in the third. Only 7 minutes to go in the third period. The Rangers trying to force some sort of a comeback. There it is, Chris Kreider will tie the game up, and it looks like we are headed to overtime. Here in game number 4, can the Rangers tie up the series, or are the Oilers taking a 3-1 lead headed back to Edmonton? And there it is, the Rangers, Jacob Trouba again, back-to-back game-winning goals, and we got ourselves a series. A very pivotal game number 5 here in Edmonton. Oh my God, the New York Rangers, a 4-1 lead heading into the third, and they will win their third straight, and now only have one victory to go to win the Stanley Cup. All right, Edmonton, it's time to wake up, dude. We've lost 3 straight after having a 2-0 series lead, and we're down in the third yet again. 5-3 to the New York Rangers, 6-3 thanks to Vinny Trocheck. And are the Edmonton Oilers really just going to get basically swept? I mean, 4 straight losses in a row after being up 2-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. That is crazy. And there it is. The New York Rangers will go all the way and win the Stanley Cup after they won 4 straight after being down 2-0 in the series here in the Stanley Cup Finals. My Edmonton Oilers absolutely sold, as we were only 2 wins away from back-to-back titles. And of course, the Rangers have to come storming back and absolutely dominate us, thanks to Igor, thanks to Artemi Panarin, who's also a 99 overall. And speak of the devil, there he is, ball-headed and all. Panarin had 15 goals, 29 points, and a Conn Smythe trophy to a notorious playoff choker, if I'm being honest. I mean, Breadman is not known for being very consistent come playoff time, but there it is, the Stanley Cup in Madison Square Garden for the first time in a long time, as the New York Rangers get it done. Captain Jacob Trouba, the best in the league, will raise the cup for the very first time in his career, as New York has gone all the way in season number 2. Yet again, Draisaitl will have the most goals, and actually he didn't have the most goals. That would be Artemi Panarin with 15, but he did have the most points at 35. Dylan Strome had 28, Forsberg 27, and Jeff Skinner 26. Why has Connor McDavid been playing so awful? Matt Duchene will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross and Hart Trophy. Leon the Maurice Richard, Makar the Norris. We got the Conn Smythe to Breadman. Skinner the Vezina. Skinner will take home the Vezina, and for the Selke Trophy, yet again to Anze Kopitar. Well, it's been back-to-back seasons where the previous Cup winner goes on and wins the President's Trophy, and this season is no different. We have the New York Rangers 53, 24, and 5, 111 points, followed by the Edmonton Oilers. We got Toronto up here, Florida, and Dallas all in that top 5, and San Jose only 29 wins on the season. Washington had a bad year. Calgary and LA were all not great. Individually, yet again, Draisaitl had an amazing year, 123 points. Matthews had 119. Kopitar 115, so a career high at 37 years old. Mitch Marner was very good. Travis Konechny had 56 goals. Clayton Keller did his thing. Philip Forsberg was amazing. And on the goal side, Matthews will lead. He had 63 on the season. Forsberg 59. Rantanen had 57. Konechny 56. As that is by far a career high for Travis Konechny. He did have 33 last season, but basically doubled his output on goals for this year. Kopitar was great. Bedard had 54. McKinnon 54 also. And if we take a look at the goaltenders here, Skinner had the most wins at 47. The most shutouts would go to Adin Hill with 6 on the season. And yet again, another Stanley Cup playoff bracket here in year number 3. Will the Rangers win their second? Will the Oilers win their second? Or will a brand new team take home the cup? Well, we're going to have a brand new matchup here in the Stanley Cup Finals between Dallas and Boston. I believe it was Matt Duchene who's a 99, and for the Bruins, David Pastrnak, I believe is their leading scorer. I could be wrong, but then again, it does not matter. The changes have been made already, and now it is time to see who wins the third and final Stanley Cup. Game 1, here we go. Dallas and Boston, no score after 1. The Bruins have a 3-1 lead into the third. Dallas will tie it up, so we do have overtime as the Boston Bruins, Elias Lindholm, will get the game winner, and they will steal game number 1. Dallas still has home ice advantage throughout this entire playoff series, but still 2-0 lead heading into the third. They will shut out the Bruins and tie the series up at 1 apiece. Despite the fact that they did get outshot 38-21, they walk away with the victory somehow. We are now in TD Garden Arena in Boston, 2-1 lead for the Stars, and they will walk away with a 3-1 victory. Again, getting outshot, but they have the better goaltender in Jake Ottinger. As close as you can get to a must-win for the Boston Bruins here in Game 4, all knotted up at 4 apiece in the third period. And wow, Dallas came out with a vengeance. 3 straight goals by Sagan, Johnston, and Dumba, and there you go, a 3-1 series lead for the Stars. Dallas has the opportunity to win their second cup in franchise history, holding on to a 2-0 lead here in the third period. They're getting outshot yet again, but that does not matter the entire series as they are up 3-1. There it is. Sammy Steele will give them a 3-goal advantage, an insurance marker. And that just might be too much for the Boston Bruins to come back right now. 4-0 Rope Hens. This is over. The Dallas Stars will go ahead, play spoiler, and beat the Boston Bruins in 5 games in the Stanley Cup Finals. Be able to win the Stanley Cup on home ice as they go ahead and dominate the Bruins in 5 games. The series was not really close, despite Dallas for a majority portion of this series being outshot and outplayed. Jake Ottinger stood tall, and they would end up getting the job done as Matt Duchene will win the Conn Smythe Trophy. He's a 99 overall, 8 goals, 26 points, the best player on Dallas, and he's going to clutch it up for the Stars as they will take home, I believe, their second cup of their franchise's history. I'm almost positive they do only have 1 cup victory in their entire history, and I believe it was back in the 90s or early 2000s. Regardless of that, there it is. Stanley Cup in the building in American Airlines Arena. I believe that's the name of this. Regardless, JB Benn, the captain, what he could not do in 2020, he gets it done here in NHL 25 as the Dallas Stars are your third and final Stanley Cup champions. Shout out to Lucas Raymond, 10 goals, 28 points in the playoffs, leading all skaters. Duchesne did have 26, Pasta 25, Lindholm 22. Draisaitl will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy again. Matthews the Maurice Richard, Bouchard will win the Norris, Matt Duchesne the Conn Smythe, Igor the Vezina, and Sidney Crosby the Selke. That is going to do it for this video, making every single team's leading scorer a 99. Definitely helped out the Oilers because they already had a 99 on their roster, and the Dallas Stars got it done in year number 3, so shout out to Matt Duchesne. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support on it. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.